Canada Cup. Live from Investors Group Field in Winnipeg, this is the 2016 Football Canada Cup. Our opening contest features Team Nova Scotia against Team Alberta. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Halleck. I'll be supplying the play-by-play this afternoon. We have the officials meeting along the sideline here. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff here at Investors Group Field. Let's run down the officials for you. The referee is Artis Alexin from Manitoba. The umpire is Daniel Dirksen, also from Manitoba. The head linesman is from New Brunswick, Eric LeBlanc. The line judge is Mark Schmidtke from Manitoba. The side judge is from Quebec. He is Omar Kament. The back judge is from Ontario. His name is Jaden Robertson. And the field judge from Manitoba is Art McAvoy.
Announcing the starting lineup for Team Alberta: number 87, Prince Kavia; number 80, Alex Grochak; number 55, Tristan Rice; number 66, Brett Haig; number 62, James Duffy Jr., number 64, Austin Gordon; number 60, Logan Bandy; number 17, Tay Gordon; number 32, Tanner Sudo; number 88, David Mueller; number 20, Keaton Zachowski; number 10, Tanner Holt; and number 80, Alex Grochak.
And there you have the starting offense for Team Alberta.
Nova Scotia. Number 17, Tyler Ball.
Nova Scotia defense being
Number
introduced.
3, Jamil Saud. Number 10, Riley Gabriel. Number 52, Lawrence Bowers. Number 44, Donald Blue. Number 31, Kishan Pai. Number 20, Cameron Matheson. Number 24, Jonathan Kierstead. Number 1, Anderson Recker. Number 95, Charlie Lake. Number 98, Matthew Mendez. And number 90, Jared Holland.
And there you have the starting defense for Team Nova Scotia.
And please remove your hats for the playing of O Canada.
And we are just about ready to go here at Investors Campus in South Winnipeg. My name is Tom Halleck. Thank you very much for joining us today on footballcanada.com for the opening game of the 2016 Football Canada Cup between Alberta and Nova Scotia. In just a moment, we'll have the coin toss. There you see Artis Alexin, our referee.
Back judge. Right back, right field judge. Daniel Dirksen, umpire. Inside judge. Eric DeVon, headline.
All right, guys, welcome to Canada Cup. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are looking forward to it too. I want you guys to go out there and have a good time today, but I want you to play clean. I want you to play fast. I want you to play hard, but I want you guys to play until the play is dead and not a thing after, all right? So you guys are the captains of your teams, so I want you guys to set an example. If any players have any questions, I want you guys to be the ones to bring them to us. If you see somebody starting to act up, starting to do something stupid, I want you guys to talk to them before we have to step in and enforce anything, all right? So, Nova Scotia, you're the visiting team. Who's going to speak on your behalf? The helmet is the head. Football's the tail. Football's the tail. Helmet is the head. What's your call? Heads. Heads is the call. And we have the tail. Alberta, you want the toss? Would you like to kick, receive, choose an end, or defer? You're going to defer? Alberta.
And Alberta has won the toss. They will defer to the second half.
Nova Scotia will receive.
Nova Scotia will receive. They are in blue today. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome our color commentator in for this afternoon's game. Let's welcome Derek Plass.
Hi, happy to be here.
Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a reunion of sorts. You see, I went to high school in Sanford with this young man's brother.
And of course, as a former O-lineman, this color commentary will be highly O-line focused. So if you're interested in anything dealing with the ball or a receiver, you are sorely out of luck.
As well it should be. And Alberta teeing it up. It is number 10, Tanner Holt, to do the kicking. And we are underway here at the Football Canada Cup. Kick is taken at the 20-yard line. It is taken by Riley Gabriel. And 82 on the tackle for Alberta. That is Mason Tulloch with the tackle. Return of 10.
Scotia's 36.
And Nova Scotia starts first and 10 from their 36 with Justin Morgan at quarterback. Alberta with a four-man front. Nova Scotia in the shotgun. Handoff to the tailback. Adam Bennett on the carry. Looks like he'll get a gain of about 2.
Actually, loss of 2.
Or check that, loss of 2. Thanks, Derek. It'll be second down 12 for Nova Scotia. The ball at their 34. Morgan in shotgun once again. Penalty flag flies. Going down the middle. Pass goes incomplete. Matthew Skinner was the intended receiver on that one. Let's see what the flag is all about. We got a couple of flags down. Offside will be the call against Nova Scotia. And it will be number 34. Back to punt, or is that 24? Let me see. It was 34 back to punt. Unfortunately, we don't have a name to match the number at the moment. Low snap. Punt goes to the left. It was picked up by 27. That's Jonathan Rosary on the return. He'll go out of bounds.
Excellent contained by number 17 for Nova Scotia. He really bellied that guy out, allowing number 24 to come and make that tackle.
Here's Rosary taking it on the bounce. It is 36. Just about found the corner, didn't quite get it. Alberta sets up shop, 1st and 10 from their 52. Tay Gordon at quarterback. In the gun. Give is to number 32, Tanner Sudo. He'll be brought down by 90, Jared Holland. He'll get a gain of 2. Alberta 2nd and 8 from their 54. Nova Scotia with a 3-man front. Gordon in pistol rather. Under pressure.
Oh,
He gets away. 50-yard line, 45. Cut down at about the Nova Scotia 41. He is brought down by 17 for Nova Scotia. That's Tyler Ball with the stop. Good job to get away.
good job making something out of nothing there.
That's a gain of 15, making chicken salad out of something else altogether. Alberta 1st and 10, Gordon in the gun. Handoff. The give is to Tanner Sudo, and he is brought down by number 20, Cameron Matheson. That's a gain of 16 for Sudo. Alberta first down at the Nova Scotia 24. Gordon still in pistol. Play action, rolling right. Going to call his own number to the 20, to the 15. Knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Tyler Ball with the stop. We got a penalty flag down at the 16.
Kind of looked like a broken play there. The quarterback looking for a man who wasn't there.
Right. A broken play for sure, but
Yeah, you are on the tackle, you think?
could be. Let's see what our referee, Artis Alexin, has to say.
Unnecessary roughness, Alberta number 10.
Oh.
Half the yards were gained. Result of the play will be a first down.
A little bit of a surprise actually on the offensive unit.
So it'll be first down Alberta. They'll move the ball back to the Nova Scotia 27. We saw in the previous shot, Team Alberta's head coach Chris Morris who is the head coach of the Alberta Golden Bears. Gordon once again in pistol formation. And to give is the Tanner Sudo. Anderson Recker, number 1 with the tackle. Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8 for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 25. $7:29 remaining in our opening quarter. No score in the game. Alberta knocking on the door to the red zone. Play action to the left. Fires it incomplete.
Jump ball in the end zone, good non-call.
Tyler Ball gets the knockdown. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the Nova Scotia 25 for Team Alberta.
Looks like Alberta's keeping their offense out there.
So Alberta indeed will be going for it on 3rd and 8. Gordon with four receivers to the left. Play is whistled down. Flag on the ground.
Time count violation. Alberta number 17. 3rd down.
Gordon taking too long to put the ball into play. So it'll be 3rd down, 13 to go.
So now they're sending the kick unit.
And let's see who will be doing the kicking for Alberta here. So it'll be a 37-yard field goal try. Or check that. Looks like they're in punt formation. Holt in punt formation. The snap goes a miss. He picks it up, tries to pooch it. It'll end up about 15 yards in the end zone. It'll roll out left. That'll be good for a single point to put Alberta on the board. It is Alberta 1, Nova Scotia no score here at the 2016 Football Canada Cup.
Bit of an odd call. I thought they would have certainly gone for the field goal in that situation.
I agree 100% with that call, or with your call there. Following the single, it's Nova Scotia 1st and 10, the ball at their 35. Nova Scotia and I formation, 2 receivers on each side. It'll be taken by 28, Adam Bennett. Adam Bennett, the ball carrier there.
Looked like there was a flag there for some early movement.
And it looks like Mr. Alexin agrees with you there, Derek.
The referees always do.
99% of the time. Sure.
They never agreed with me when I was coaching.
That's the way, isn't it?
You had to agree to disagree on a number of occasions.
Absolutely there. Absolutely correct. Alberta calling the offside. It's 1st and 5, Nova Scotia. The ball at their 40. 2 receivers right. It'll be Bennett with the ball again. Goes up the gut. He'll get probably back to the line of scrimmage.
Gain of maybe a foot there.
A foot, maybe half a foot. So anyway, we'll agree to disagree on that one. It's Nova Scotia 2nd and 5 from their 40.
Oh. Looks like it was the right tackle that moved for Nova Scotia there.
Right tackle moved, and the left guard from Alberta picked up on it.
Nova Scotia number 66. Still second down.
He was pointing like, you jumped, you jumped. Five and a half minutes remaining in our opening quarter. Alberta up by 1-0.
At this point, both teams have kept to the ground.
Morgan sets up, fires! Just about intercepted. Daniel Tights with the knockdown. Should have been intercepted. But 84 for Nova Scotia. Cameron Pender there, just about Johnny on the spot to pick it up. So it'll be third down for Nova Scotia. Michael Adams back to punt. Low snap. It is taken by 27, Jonathan Rosary. Rosary goes around left. A couple of flags on the play.
I think we're going to see one for a hold against the return team. Just the returner was trying to make the corner there. I think the Alberta player retained his block a little bit too long.
Just a touch too long, you say. So Alberta begins this drive from their 29-yard line. Gordon in shotgun again. There's the give to Pseudo.
Looks like gain about 9, 8, no, not so far, not so much. 7-yard gain.
That's a gain of 8. Or would you say 7 3/4?
7.9.
7 point. Okay, well, we'll stick with 7.9. So it's Alberta second down and 2.1 yards to go, I believe. Give the Pseudo up the gut. He's brought down at the 40. And that'll be an Alberta first down. Nice run up the gut. He's brought down by 52, Lorenz Bowers. First down Alberta at their 41. Play action. Gordon rolls right. He's going to head out of bounds at about the 48. He'll get himself a gain of 7. So it'll be 2nd and 3 for Alberta.
Fairly conventional offense from both teams to this point. Nothing terribly tricky, nothing terribly complicated.
Pretty much basic stuff so far. Yeah. 2nd and 3 Alberta. Gordon in the gun. Pseudo in the backfield. And that is Pseudo cutting right, going up the middle. He'll move into Nova Scotia territory at the 54. He'll get another Alberta first down. .255 remaining in our opening quarter. Alberta in the lead by a single point. 1st and 10 from the Nova Scotia 54. Play action shovel pass to Pseudo. Cuts left. 40 gets to the 45, gets knocked down at the 44. Close to another Alberta first down.
Well, now they're mixing it up, making it a little bit more interesting.
And he'll get the first down for Alberta. A little under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Pseudo up the gut, and that play goes nowhere. 88 Elias Gosen with the tackle. That's 88 Elias Gossen with the stop.
I think that's 98.
Or check that. Oh,
That is
okay,
98.
98. Matthew Mendez. Yes, thanks, Derek.
Yeah, no problem. You can thank Cabela's for the fine binoculars.
Absolutely.
Might get in trouble. They're not a paid sponsor. But they could be next year.
We'll give him a call Monday morning. Gordon under pressure, rolling right. Flag down. He is going down. It is 90 Jared Holland picking up the sack. But let's see what the penalty marker at the 44 is all about.
Offside. Alberta number 88. Penalty is declined. Third down.
We'd like to thank a few of our sponsors, Power Run Energy, Johnston's, and Entropy.com, along with Russell Athletic, Shadowman Sports, and Spalding. Alberta third down from the Nova Scotia 50 into the final minute of our opening quarter. Holtz punt. Taking it to 12. Riley Gabriel on the return. He is cut down by 22 Peyton LaGrange. Nice little toe tip trip there.
Excellent job to Nova Scotia holding Alberta to a single point almost for this entire quarter.
So it is a 3-yard return. Nova Scotia starts this drive first and 10 at their 15 with 37 seconds remaining in our first quarter. Give to Adam Bennett. He'll get a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Nova Scotia, ball at their 20. Looks like this will be the final play of the opening quarter. Morgan fires, pass going in, complete. And that'll do it for the opening quarter. After one, it is Team Alberta 1, Team Nova Scotia no score. You are watching the 2016 Football Canada Cup on footballcanada.com. While we were away, the snap goes amiss. It is picked up in the end zone by 49 Ethan Clahane. He'll have to concede the safety. That'll make the score Alberta 3, Nova Scotia no score. Check the replay here. Snap, very low snap. Good job there by Alberta to just about pick it up for the touchdown. That was Alex Gale charging in.
The kicker didn't really pursue that ball with any sense of urgency.
You figured that would be a prerequisite. Nothing Alberta, just 27 seconds into our second quarter. Tom Halleck along with Derek Platts. Thank you very much for joining us today on footballcanada.com for the opening game of the 2016 Football Canada Cup.
The result of the play is a safety. Alberta has elected to scrimmage.
Artis Alexin confirming the safety. And Alberta will take the ball at their 25, I believe. Or check that, it will be 1st and 10 Alberta at their 35. Alberta in the gun on 1st and 10. Penalty marker flies. And this is Jonathan Rosary on the carry. He'll get to about the 53.
I think it was the Alberta receiver that went offside on that play. So it'll likely be coming back.
Call it Derek offside Alberta. It'll be 1st down 15 from their 30. Gordon looking long downfield.
Oh.
And what a catch! What a grab! That is Prince Kavia. He'll get the touchdown for Alberta. 80-yard touchdown catch for Prince Kavia. That is it. That is an 80-yard touchdown catch for Prince Kavia. Checking the replay. Gordon just had a little trouble with the snap. Beats his man and coasts in the rest of the way.
Looks like he just had his fingertips on that ball.
Excellent job to snag the ball. Holt will add the convert, and with 4:15 gone in our second quarter, it is Team Alberta 10, Team Nova Scotia no score. There's the man with the touchdown, Prince Kavia. Another look at the replay. I think he got a teeny bit of a push, but and there are some very happy Alberta coaches along that sideline. Prince Kavia, Henry Wisewood Warrior out of Calgary. Front. Gordon and pistol. Excellent catch by Prince Kavia for the major score. He gets to put Alberta up by 10. Holt's short kick. Taking it to 22. Right at 25. That was Robert Hemmings on the return. And he was brought down by 21, Jacob Biggs.
White line, coaches, white line. Come on, come on.
Looks like a return of about 10. It'll be Alberta, or Nova Scotia rather, setting up shop. First and 10 at their 35. Morgan, the lone quarterback on the Nova Scotia roster. In the gun. Fires up the middle. Pass to number 11, Elijah Ford. He'll get 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Just 6 men in the box there. It looked like a 4-2 formation on the defense. I guess they're expecting Nova Scotia to go to the air a lot more.
Short kick. Taking it to 22. 2nd and 6, Nova Scotia. 25. Morgan in the gun. Hand off right. Adam Bennett, the ball carrier. He'll get himself a first down. That's a gain of 8. Cole Torrance with the tackle.
Alberta ran a blitz on the right side and paid for it. They had basically nobody in the secondary on the left hand. Oh, it's on the Nova Scotia right hand side of the field there.
That was a hole you could drive a truck through. First and 10, Nova Scotia from there 47. High formation. Oh. And cut down in the backfield is Bennett. Nice tackle by Devin DeRuin. Looks like it'll be a loss of 3.
Nice read by DeRuin. You looked initially was going to blitz on the right hand side of the line, switched over the last second and actually got right into the backfield.
Textbook read. Nova Scotia 2nd down, 13 to go at their 44. Morgan back to throw, goes off a couple of hands, incomplete, penalty marker down at the Alberta 52. Cameron Pender was the intended target on the play. Let's take a look.
Illegal contact. Alberta number 1. After the penalty application, it's still 2nd down.
So it'll be a 10-yard penalty on the pass interference. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Nova Scotia. Ball sits at their 54. 8:20 to go in the first half. Alberta up by 10.
Hurry, hurry.
Morgan in shotgun. Throws to the right, completes.
We'd have a flag downfield.
Robert Hemmings with the catch. Peyton LaGrange at the tackle for Alberta. Look at the replay. Good job to close in really quick. So a second consecutive pass interference penalty moves the ball to the Alberta 46.
Go, Elijah.
Nova Scotia 1st and 10 from there.
Let's go.
gives to Bennett. Bennett up the gut. He is hauled down at the 40. Devin DeRuin with the stop. Nice run up the gut. Second down. Pass intended for number 5, Connor Ross. Pass going incomplete.
Defender timing that up very, very well, getting there right at the moment that the ball arrived.
Just about perfect timing. Check that, it was perfect timing.
I think that ball was completely catchable, except for the defender.
Yeah. it definitely was
Except
a
for the man in the white uniform. Other than that, it was catchable.
Right. So Nova Scotia third down. Check that second.
Oh, jump ball and
Pass is intercepted. And off to the races is 28. That's Becco One-Day. And he'll go out of bounds at about the Nova Scotia 24. Good job by One-Day. That's a 65-yard interception return for Becco One-Day. Alberta sets up 1st and 10 from the Nova Scotia 25. Alberta with 3 receivers right. Rosary on the carry. He's brought down at about the 23. Flag on the play.
looks like the call's going to be going against Alberta.
Offside. Penalty is declined. Second down.
So Nova Scotia declines the penalty. There's a gain of 2. It'll be Alberta's 2nd and 8 from the Nova Scotia 23. 5:50 to go in the first half. Gordon under pressure, and he is down in the backfield. Lorenz Bowers, 52 with the sack. And that'll be a loss of 11 yards on the play, so it'll be 3rd and long for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 34. 3rd down, 19 to go. Alberta back to punt. It's Tanner Holt. Line of scrimmage at the 34. Snap is high. Fields it. Punts to the right. It'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that turnover could have gone far, far worse for Nova Scotia. They're lucky to escape the field position that they do have.
They got they received a dandy break on that one. That's for sure. Nova Scotia 1st and 10. The ball will be at their 16. 5:57 remaining in the first half. Alberta up by 10. 10-0 on Nova Scotia. Tom Halleck with Derek Plass. Welcome to the Football Canada Cup, and thanks for joining us on footballcanada.com. give is to Bennett. I think he might get a yard at best. So it looks like they will give him a gain of 2 at 2nd and 8.
Nova Scotia switching out a
And
player to put an extra receiver onto the field.
3 receivers to the right.
Hey, now. Get him.
Pass falls out of a set of hands, incomplete. Penalty marker. Ben Gallant was the intended receiver. Looks like interference could be called here. Jack Burns could be the culprit. Nope. Looks like that Alberta charged on the offside.
Excellent protection by this point from the Nova Scotia front 5. They've had plenty of time to throw on almost every occasion that they've tried.
Second down and about 3.
Heads up. Watch swing.
Penalty flag flies. Could have taken too long.
About 30 seconds ago.
Let's see. Field judge Art McElvoy consulting with our referee, Artis Alexon.
Time count violation, Nova Scotia. 2nd down.
And indeed it is a time count violation against Nova Scotia. Second down, Nova Scotia from their 18. Three receivers to the right. Fires left. He'll complete it. Number 80, Ben Gallant with the catch.
They are running the 20-second clocks, like the field level clocks at Investors Group Field here today. I can't understand, based upon that, why there's so many time count violations. I guess these teams are just not used to seeing that clock and responding to it.
Actually, it's very rare in some levels of minor football to see 20-second clocks run at all. Nova Scotia third down, Michael Adams back to punt. Rosary will return for Alberta. And Adams takes the snap. He'll take some time off the clock. And he will exit the end zone and concede a safety. So with 3:54 to go in the first half, it will be Alberta 12 and Nova Scotia no score. Let's take a little look at the weather forecast here. It is 22 degrees in Winnipeg right now. It is mostly cloudy. The wind is very light, which is very rare for Winnipeg, south at 9 kilometers an hour, because the wind here is legendary. There you see a few more of our sponsors. Intercontinental Hotels Group and the Government of Canada. And Alberta has requested that Nova Scotia kick. And it will be Adams doing the honors for Nova Scotia. Tom Halleck along with Derek Plass, thank you very much for joining us. Onside kick. And it will be taken by Jack Burns. Cameron Matheson had himself a nice shot at the ball, but couldn't quite pull it down. So Alberta begins this drive first down from their 55, or from the 55 with 3:49 to go in the half. New tailback in the game for Alberta, and that is 33 Alex Gale.
Very effective spin move by the ball carrier, gaining an extra 7 yards.
Gale picks up 9 and I'd say 7/8.
We're back to fractions.
Yeah, only way to go. Only way to go. Second and short at any rate. Gordon trying for a shovel pass. I think he just got himself the first down. As Anderson Recker chased him out of bounds. First down Alberta with the ball at the Nova Scotia 41. 3-minute warning given to the benches. 2:55 to go. Gordon in shotgun. One receiver to both left and right. Now 3 receivers left. Gale with the ball. The 33, close to the 32. Riley Gabriel with the stop. Nice job of taking Gabriel on. First down Alberta from the 32 of Nova Scotia. Play is whistled down. Don't see a flag anywhere.
Timeout here, I think.
Timeout Nova Scotia with 2:25 to go in the first half. That's Lorenz Bowers talking with his position coach. There you see some members of the Quebec team. We'll be playing Manitoba Silver tonight in our final game of the evening at 8 o'clock Central. Alberta second down short. 3 receivers left again. Play action. Gordon rolling out. And he'll step out of bounds at about the 27. 2 late penalty flags hit the dirt.
I didn't really see initially the action of the sideline that would have resulted
Gordon
in that flag.
evading the pressure. There was a tiny bit of a push. Maybe that was caught.
After yards were gained, unnecessary roughness, Alberta number 20, First down, Alberta.
Might have been more to midfield.
So Alberta calls for unnecessary roughness. That moves the ball back to the Nova Scotia 42. Shotgun to give to Gale. Gale up the middle to about the 33. He'll be close to the first down. About a yard short. Yard or two.
Every one of Gale's carries to this point, he's fought for those extra yards. They're gaining another 3 yards after what really should have been the first half.
Alberta 2nd and 2. Gordon in the gun, Gale behind him. And a penalty flag flies.
Time count again.
It's a good point you made earlier on about the time count penalties and the number of penalties so far.
Time count violation, Alberta. Will be applied as a 10-yard penalty, still second down.
So it will be 2nd and 12 for Alberta. 1:51 to go in the first half. Alberta up by 12. Once again in shotgun. Gordon looking long to the right, and it is complete. And it is hauled in by Alex Groshak with the catch. And he'll take it all the way down to the Nova Scotia 17. 27-yard catch. It'll be first down, Alberta, from the Nova Scotia 17. Out of shotgun again with Gale behind. Gale behind Gordon. Gordon rolls left. Takes the ball to the 5. He'll get knocked down at the Nova Scotia 4.
I think he's got the first down there for sure.
That's a gain of 13. Fake handoff and a good hit by Gabriel. Alberta is called one of their 2 timeouts. I believe both sides have a timeout left to use. There you see number 17, Tay Gordon.
Nova Scotia rotated in one of their big D linemen, number 99 for Nova Scotia.
And then is Colby Roberts. First and goal, Alberta from the Nova Scotia 4. Gordon again in shotgun. 3 receivers right. Gives to Gale up to get touchdown, Alberta. Alex Gale with a 4-yard run for the Alberta touchdown. So it's Alberta 18, Nova Scotia no score.
Excellent drive forward by the Alberta O-line. All you saw on the right-hand side of the line were white jerseys or the backs of white jerseys.
The convert try, the snap is a miss on the convert. They have to ground it so the score will hold Alberta 18, Nova Scotia no score. 1:34 to go in the first half. There's a slight difference between our clock, the clock you see on your screen, and the stadium clock. Right now it's about a 16-second difference, so officially it's 1:34. There we go. Thank you, boys. Thanks to our boys in the back. Superb job, fellas. Kickoff goes down to the Nova Scotia 19. Riley Gabriel on the return. And it was 57. Edward Kim with the tackle for Alberta. Nova Scotia gets up to the 31-yard line. Turn of about 16, so it'll be Nova Scotia first down at their 31 with 1:29 remaining in the first half. And Nova Scotia with in a little bit of a hole, down by 18. Morgan's pass up the middle. Receiver got turned around. That was Robert Hemmings. It'll be second down for Nova Scotia. The ball at their 31.
I think the ball release was pressured and came a little bit earlier than it intended to on there.
Yep.
Watch sideline, guys, watch sideline.
Nova Scotia second and 10. Four receivers to the right. Up the middle. Up the middle goes Adam Bennett. He'll get a gain of about 6 or 7. They'll give him 7. 3rd and 3, and looks like Nova Scotia wants to call a timeout.
I think they called their final timeout here, but it looks like they are sending out their kick in.
So Nova Scotia will use their final timeout of the first half with 78 seconds to go. So it's Nova Scotia 3rd and 3, excuse me. Adams to punt, and it'll be Rosary on the receiving end for Alberta.
Nice good snap.
Punt will go out of bounds at the Alberta 54. So Alberta up by 18 has a chance to put on a little more. First down Alberta from their 54. Sudo in the backfield. 3 receivers left for Alberta. It is Sudo with the call. He'll get to the 51. He'll break a couple more tackles. Get to the Nova Scotia 44. That's a gain of about 15.
That'll get the attention of some college scouts that are in the audience today.
In an instant. First and 10, Alberta, the ball at the Nova Scotia 44. Two receivers on each side. Snap is fumbled. And Gordon has to eat the ball at the Nova Scotia 48. That's a loss of 4. Alberta 2nd and 14. Now in hurry up. Like 4 receivers set to the right. Gordon calls his own number to 37 to 35.
Looks like he came up just short.
Jonathan Kierstad coming up with the tackle. I'd say it's about a half a yard short. So it'll be third down Alberta, about half a yard to go. We're in the final 26 seconds of the half. Up the gut with Pseudo. Pseudo to the 22. Tanner Pseudo will get the first down.
I was sure I heard a whistle just before that play got off.
Your ears did not deceive you. I thought I heard one as well. 21 seconds remaining in the half. Good job by Gordon. And we have a timeout, it appears. I think this is the second and final Alberta timeout. Alberta up 18-0.
Both teams taking every opportunity to rehydrate their players. It's not that hot of a day, but you gave the weather forecast a little bit earlier, Tom, but it certainly is a little bit humid.
It is 26 with the humidex, I believe. Alberta first down from the Nova Scotia 22. Seward the ball carrier. Up the middle, he'll go down to about the 7 to 6. And he'll get to the 5. Right, they'll spot the ball at the 6. Alberta in hurry-up offense. And the referees whistle it down.
I don't think that the play was actually whistled in before they snapped the ball.
Methinks you are correct, good sir. First and goal at the 5. Sudo with the ball to the 3. And he'll get over for the Alberta touchdown. Tanner Pseudo, 5 yards up the gut for the Alberta touchdown, and Alberta leads 24-0.
Very persistent second effort.
.32, Tanner Pseudo with the touchdown. Point after on the way from Holt. And it is good. The score is Alberta 25, Nova Scotia no score, with 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Tom Halleck along with Derek Blass here. Thank you very much for joining us on footballcanada.com for the opening game of the 2016 Football Canada Cup. Our next contest will come your way at 2 o'clock Central. It'll be Team Ontario taking on Team New Brunswick here at Investors Group Field. Looks like the hold kickoff might be the final play of the half. Squib kick. Fell on by 44, Donald Blue. And Nova Scotia will have a chance to run a play. 3 seconds remaining in the half. Nova Scotia will have the ball at the 44. Will they just take a knee here, or would you load it? Would you load it up and go long?
Me, I always just run the ball.
Of course, the old lineman's mentality. And Justin Morgan will take a knee, and that will do it for the first half. At halftime, our score, Team Alberta 25, Team Nova Scotia no score. And let's take a look at some of the highlights from the second quarter. At halftime, it is Alberta 25, Nova Scotia no score. We'll take a break right here, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Providing fun, inclusive, engaging, and competitive Canadian football experiences begins with great coaching. It all begins with the National Coaches Certification Program, developed by Football Canada, the national governing body of amateur football, in partnership with the Coaching Association of Canada. Football Canada's NCCP provides training for coaches across the country as they progress from playground to stadium, in flag, touch, and tackle. Whether you're a football coach just starting out or a seasoned veteran looking for an edge, this program has a training pathway just for you. Through training, coaches learn how to provide a safe and fun football environment while developing future generations of Canadians. To learn more about the opportunities available, please visit www.footballcanada.com or contact your provincial football association.
The CFL and our partners at Football Canada want to make sure we keep growing, promoting, and investing in a safe game. Football Canada now requires all amateur coaches to be safe contact trained by 2017 by creating a standard of safety for all in our football community. we're making an already great game even better. Make sure your youth coach is safe contact trained, because making a safe game means making a better game.
And we are back for the second half of today's Football Canada Cup game between Alberta and Nova Scotia. Alberta up by 25 as we start the third quarter. My name is Tom Halleck along with Derek Glass. Thank you very much for joining us on footballcanada.com for the opening game of the 2016 Football Canada Cup. It will be Michael Adams. He has the ball teed up, and we are underway with the second half. Kick is taken by Rosary at the 13, who bobbled it a little bit, fumbled it. Up to the middle, 25 gets cut down at that point. There's a penalty marker down.
The ball being teed up on the hash, I was sure we were going to be seeing a short kick there, but that proved not to be the case.
And we have an injured Nova Scotia player on the play. That is 52, Lorenz Bowers. As we take a look at the replay, looks like his own teammate might have got him in the back.
Number 60, first down.
So Alberta's called for an illegal block, and that will move the ball back inside their 10. They'll set up shop at the 9-yard line to start the first drive of the second half, as we see Lorenz Bowers getting up and heading off the field. Lorenz Bowers leaving the field. Alberta starts from the 9, Gordon in the gun. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. There's Rosary in the backfield. Jonathan Rosary, he'll get up to the 13, about the 4, maybe the 14. Donald Blue making the tackle. Gain of 5 for Alberta. It'll be 2nd and 5 at their 14. 35 seconds gone in the third quarter. Alberta up by 25. Gordon in the shotgun. Looking for number 10, Tanner Holt. The pass will go incomplete, and it will be third down for Alberta.
Coach.
Holt will punt. And from where the line of scrimmage is. And Holt will be kicking from his 1.
Looks like we got Riley Gabriel back to return.
Indeed we do. Riley Gabriel back to return it for Nova Scotia. Holt's punt. Nice punt. Will take Gabriel all the way back to his 37. That's a 59-yard punt. And Gabriel just went in reverse on that return. Nice job by 42, Alex Fedchen, to get downfield and make the tackle.
You talk to these high-level returners for pro football who always want to be behind the ball and move up in front of it. That's a good case for that right there.
Agree 100%. Yep.
Puts you in a very bad position.
1st and 10, Nova Scotia at their 38. Morgan the throw. He fires it complete. Elijah Ford with the catch. He'll get a gain of 7. Looks like 7. Check that. It is a 5-yard catch. Francois, our public address announcer. Nova Scotia 2nd and 5. Merci, Francois. Morgan in shotgun. Tries to get away, but down he'll go. Down he goes with the sack. That is 99 Lual Ugak with the sack. Lual Uguak with the sack.
Stayed in the pocket for one read, then tucked the ball back.
And then that was all she wrote. Adams back to punt, and Rosary will be on the receiving end for Alberta. 2.5 minutes gone in our third quarter. Punt takes a nice bounce, ends up at the 28. Rosary back to the 23 to pick it up. Tries to cut to his right. Does he have the corner? No, he does not. He will be pulled down by 24. Jonathan Kierstead.
Very late flag on the field.
And Kierstead, I think could have been a touchdown saving tackle, but the penalty probably would render that idea moot.
First down over.
Dead ball foul, that'll explain the lateness of that flag.
Every time. Peyton LaGrange, the culprit. And Alberta will begin this drive from their 26. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. Alberta up by 25. Gordon been in the shotgun or pistol all day long. Pseudo to the ball carrier up the middle. He'll get to the 27. Pseudo had a little bit of trouble with the ball. Gain of about 1. Alberta's 2nd and 9. Four receivers to the left for Alberta. Hitch pass, picked up by Pseudo. And Pseudo is going nowhere.
As the series will show, the score is not really indicative of the play for these two teams. Nova Scotia's held into this game quite well if you look at the population disparities between the two provinces. I think in the first half it was probably about the last 5 minutes of the first half where Alberta got the majority of their scoring.
That's where the game broke open, I agree. So Alberta 3rd down from their 27. Hold the punt. It'll be Gabriel on the return from Nova Scotia. Just about blocked. Kick will be taken by Gabriel at his 38. He'll step out of bounds at about the 46. Check that. He'll step out of bounds at the 44. And Nova Scotia will begin that in their second drive of the quarter. We'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors here at the Football Canada Cup. Power Run Energy, Jostens, and Entropy.com. 1st and 10 Nova Scotia from their 44. We're going to get back in the game. 7:25 left in the third. They're down by 25. Justin Morgan back in shotgun. Tried to screen it out there for 22 Benjamin Brum. Or check that. Adam Bennett was the intended receiver. So they'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from their 44. Recheck the replay. Pretty good pressure from the Alberta front four. Forcing Morgan to throw it a little early. Morgan fires right, completes.
Oh, I think that was off the shoelaces.
Oh. Pass for Ford goes incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Nova Scotia. The ball at their 44. There'll be 2 returners back for Alberta.
Got Alex Gale in the back, one of the returners.
Alex Gale along with Jonathan Rosary.
Very dangerous target to kick to.
Adams punt. Be taken by Gale at the 33. They'll get to the 37 and up to about the 42. So that'll be a return of 9 for Alex Gale. And the punter Adams, I think, made the tackle on that one.
Excellent discipline by Gale to head north and gain those 9 yards as opposed to trying to string something out and possibly losing a few.
Alberta first and 10 at their 41. That's the big problem these days with punt returners. They go east-west instead of north-south too often.
I blame
and here is Tanner Sudo up the gut.
Oh!
He might go. 30, 25. They'll be taken down at the 21. Tanner Sudo with a huge run.
It's Jonathan Kierstead finally to bring him down.
47-yard run for Tanner Sudo. And Alberta knocking on the door again to the 22 of Nova Scotia. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tackles he broke.
Very difficult young man to tackle.
Penalty marker down as Gordon has the ball. He'll get to the 20.
Lots of pressure coming in from the Nova Scotia front four. Number 98, Matthew Mendez, parked in the backfield.
Wonder if Mendez heard the signal in the Alberta huddle.
Yeah. Well, still penalties going against Alberta, so I think we'll see that decline.
Offside against Alberta. That penalty is declined. You called it, Derek. Second and 10 for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 20.
4 receivers left.
And looking left. Pass goes out in and out of the hands of Tanner Holt. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 20. Third down Alberta. Coming up. And they will go for it. Gordon and pistol. Calls his own number, but will be taken down. Looks like Liam Abbott with the tackle, so it'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be first down Nova Scotia. We have an injured Nova Scotia player on the play. It is 99 Colby Roberts.
Roberts was in on that last tackle. Was actually brought down by, I believe, two defensive linemen. I believe it was Roberts as well as Matthew Mendez. Again, the front four for Nova Scotia doing an excellent job getting pressure onto Alberta.
We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, Jostens, Power Run Energy, as Colby Roberts is leaving the field. Russell Athletic, we'd like to thank them for sponsoring the 2016 Football Canada Cup. Shadowman Sports, another sponsor. So there's a gain of 2 on third down, so Nova Scotia starts at their 18. Morgan's pass is complete. He'll complete it to Robert Hemmings, and he'll be brought down by 52. Cole Lindbergh. Three-yard catch. Or check that 2-yard catch. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Nova Scotia. Morgan in shotgun. Under pressure, gets out of the pocket, fires. No one in sight. Looks like Cameron Pender was the intended receiver on that one.
Not sure if they're on the same page as far as the play call. Pender looked like he was busier blocking downfield. Maybe he thought his quarterback was trying to get into the open and run that ball.
The classic case of quarterback going one way, receiver going the other. 3rd and 8 Alberta, or 3rd and 8 Nova Scotia rather. 3:53 to go in the third quarter. 25-0 Alberta. Snap is fumbled, and down will go Michael Adams inside the 5. And that is Cole Lindbergh taking Adams down, and Alberta will set up 1st and goal from the Nova Scotia 5.
I'm not sure.
Here we see the snap again. Very low along the ground, and Adams has no chance. With Lindbergh charging in. 1st and goal to go Alberta from the Nova Scotia 5. Play action. Pass is complete to David Mueller. That's a 5-yard catch for the Alberta touchdown. And Alberta makes it a 31-0 game with 3:29 to go in the third quarter. David Mueller with the 5-yard touchdown reception. Short pass, and finds his way easily into the end zone in front of a bunch of excited Alberta fans. And Holt will add the convert to make the score. Alberta 32, Nova Scotia no score. 3:17 to go in the third quarter according to the stadium clock.
For the number of tournaments I've seen where errant long snaps on punt, especially punt situations, have determined the outcomes of games, one would think that coaching staffs would actually be recruiting that position on a primary basis. Very often it's an afterthought.
And there we see number 7, Josiah Shackle. It'll be Tanner Holt kicking off. Gabriel pick it up at the 22, goes to the 25, heads to the 30. He'll be down at the 34. So it'll be a 12-yard return for Riley Gabriel. So they will spot the ball at the 33. That's an 11-yard return for Gabriel. Morgan in shotgun now. He'll give it to Bennett. Bennett goes to the left, gets to the 35. Like he'll get himself a gain of 2.
We have a flag on the backside on the line of scrimmage.
You have a field level look at the play here.
I think we'll see an offside coming up against Nova Scotia, the referee indicating.
And again, your spidey senses are right on the money.
It's not much of a superpower when you can see the hand signal.
That's true. That's true. Try to boost you any way
Yes.
you can. Second and 8, Nova Scotia from their 35. Morgan shotgun. Fires left, completes. That is Elijah Ford with the catch. Well short of the first down. Or check that, it is a first down for Nova Scotia.
Well, he was spotted forward progress. Although
As Richie Kotite always says, the play goes to progress.
Yes.
Former Philadelphia Eagles head coach.
Unfortunately, Las Vegas Blackjack does not respect forward progress.
That is true. Very, very true. First and 10, Nova Scotia at their 45. Morgan looking left.
Oh!
Pass goes incomplete. Ford was the intended target on that one.
And Morgan for Nova Scotia getting plenty of time to throw the ball, just not working out for him to get a receiver into the right place at the right time.
So it is second and 10 for Nova Scotia from their 45. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Alberta up 32-0. Morgan in the pocket. Fires right.
Oh!
Off a couple of hands, and it is picked up. Nice catch by 84. Cameron Pender. Cameron Pender with the catch. 1, 2, and thank you very much. Oh, but there, if this were the CFL, I think there'd be grounds for video replay. Because I'm not sure if he had. I think the ball might have hit the turf, but
Alberta rotated in two of their D linemen. Hopefully they get more pressure.
Morgan under pressure, and down he goes, and a penalty flag goes down as well at the 33. Riley Zafransky picking up the sack, but let's see what the penalty is all about.
Looks like Alberta's change of personnel certainly paid off for them to get some more pressure onto Nova Scotia.
Illegal contact. Alberta number 28. First down.
So the penalty will extend the Nova Scotia drive. Moves the ball up to the Alberta 36. And this will be the final play of the third quarter. Morgan in shotgun. He has 3 receivers to his right. Bennett in the backfield. Play action. Pass to Ford goes off his mitts and incomplete. And that'll do it for the third quarter. At three-quarter time, our score is Alberta 32, Team Nova Scotia no score. You're watching the 2016 Football Canada Cup from Investors Group Field in Winnipeg on footballcanada.com. We start the fourth quarter. Give to Bennett, up the gut. He'll get to the 25, and he'll have himself a first down.
was going to say before that play with Alberta just relying upon the pressure from that front four that Nova Scotia would start to see returns when we went to the ground, but I held my tongue, and yet that's exactly what the Nova Scotia coach decided to do, getting a first down out of it.
First down, Nova Scotia from the Alberta 24. Fourth quarter just underway here at Investors Group Field. Play action.
Oh.
Screen pass goes a miss. Number 80, Ben Gallant, the intended target. .55 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. Under amateur rules, if there is a 30-point or more spread, the fourth quarter is played in straight time. Morgan's pass complete to the 13-yard line. Making the catch is 30, Matthew Skinner.
Is it rule for running time just for the fourth quarter now? I think that rule changed this year, did it not?
I believe it is for the fourth quarter. Too bad we didn't have a rule book in sight.
Well, we'll see if the timekeeper agrees with us.
First and 10, Nova Scotia from the 13. Bennett with the ball to the 5, to the 1. Nova Scotia knocking on the door. Edward Kim with the touchdown saving tackle for the moment. That's a gain of 12. That's first and goal, Nova Scotia. The 1 yard line.
Alberta changing out some defensive personnel for the goal line stand.
Bennett to give. Second effort. Touchdown, Nova Scotia. Adam Bennett with a 1 yard run. 2:39 into the fourth quarter. That'll halt the clock and put Nova Scotia on the board. It's 32-6 Alberta.
Now we seriously have to give credit to the man at the bottom of the pile, Nova Scotia's number 59, Ryan Lagaile. Most of that play occurred right at his backside.
Ryan Lagaile, yes indeed. Official moves the ball over to the left hash. Looks like it'll be a 2-point try.
How about Nova Scotia?
Could be. Thought he was pointing toward Alberta, but we'll see. So Nova Scotia calls timeout. 2:39 gone in the fourth quarter. Nova Scotia gets on the board. 32-6. Alberta in front.
It should certainly keep us out of running time. Extend this game.
So it will be a 2-point try for Nova Scotia from the Alberta 5. Morgan has been the want all day in the shotgun. Play action. Pass goes incomplete. Ben Gallant, the intended target, and he is injured on the try. So the score will hold at Alberta 32, Nova Scotia 6, and we're just looking at the replay here. Dandy hit by 34, Joe Dutton on the 2-point try. That hit brought Gallant to earth with a resounding thud.
It was a classic case of getting your eyes on the end zone before fully controlling the ball.
we see the fans applauding as Ben Gallant leaves the field.
Looks like Nova Scotia is setting up for an onside kick. Ball spotted on the left hash, and everybody stacked onto the right-hand side.
And indeed, it is an onsider.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
And Gabriel might have had it last.
There we go.
Gabriel got a hand on it. It is Nova Scotia ball. Riley Gabriel got his hand on the ball. And a Canadian ball, that's all you need. You just need to bat the ball out of bounds. You don't need firm possession of the ball. And one of the great examples of the Canadian game right there.
Refs discussing it after the call was made, and it was a very clear signal for possession. That onside kick compared to their earlier effort was actually exactly the right depth. 12-yard depth, right behind the first level of defender.
That's a textbook onside kick there. First down, Nova Scotia from the Alberta 52, looking to put a few more points on the board. Morgan under pressure, and down he goes. Lual Uguak with the quarterback sack. Loss of 3 on the sack, 2nd and 13 for Nova Scotia from the 55. Snap is muffed, and Morgan has to fall on it at his 52. So it looked like a bright spot for Nova Scotia, quickly turns dark. .8:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Alberta 32, Nova Scotia 6. Adams back to punt, and Rosary will be under return for Alberta. Snap goes over Adams' head. He gets the snap. Play is whistled down. And usually, and they will do that in cases where the ball is either held up in the wind, or I guess in the sake of player safety as well, if there are a number of players in the general area. They try their level best to avoid injury. So it'll be Alberta 1st and 10 from their 37, 7:50 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Rosary with the ball. He'll get to the 42 or 3. And I think there is a quarterback change for Alberta. It is number 12, Tommy Yanchuk, into the game at quarterback for Alberta. Second down from the 42, it's Rosary with the ball. He is met by Gabriel at the 48. And that'll move the chains. First down, Alberta from their 48. Ball spotted at the 48. Yanchuk in shotgun gives to Rosary. Rosary cuts to the left. Gets to the 50, cuts back. Center field. Dodges a tackle and will get inside the Nova Scotia 50. He'll get down to the 49.
Alberta certainly eyeing some weakness on that left side of the defensive line, trying to capitalize that on 2 straight plays.
And as we look at the replay here, let's see the cut. Pretty good cut by Mr. Rosary. Nice job by Kierstead to haul him down. So that's a gain of 12 for Rosary. So it's 1st and 10 for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 50 with 6:13 to go.
Nova Scotia was setting up 3 of their 4 down linemen actually in a 2-point stance and paying for that on the run.
Here's Rosary again. He'll be hauled down in the back. So he hauled down in the backfield. Jared Holland, number 90, with the tackle, along with a little help from Anderson Recker. Rosary loses a yard. 2nd 11 play is whistled down. Looks like an injured Nova Scotia player.
I think that's Jared Holland coming off the field.
It is Jared Holland, number 90.
He was actually, I think he was actually involved in the tackle in the previous play. You would have noticed as well that Nova Scotia did drop more men into a traditional 3-point stance and actually gained an advantage as a result of it.
Second and 11 for Alberta from the Nova Scotia 51. 5:25 to go. Yanchuk fires, completes. Whoa! Pass goes incomplete. As it was, I do believe it was 24 for Nova Scotia. That is Jonathan Kierstead. Go check that 31. Keyshawn Pye separated the ball from Mr. Hamilton.
He was easily 2 or 3 yards short of the first down marker. It would have been unlikely would have gained a first down on that play even if he had been successful with that ball.
Hold back the punt on 3rd and 11. Gabriel back for Nova Scotia. There goes the punt. Taken at the 15 by Gabriel. Cuts to his left. Or cuts to his right, rather, and gets hauled down. That is Alex Fedchun with the tackle. Alex Fedchun's having a good game on special teams today. Loss of about 2 on the return. It's Nova Scotia 1st and 10 from their 13 with 4:51 to go. Tom Halleck and Derek Class with you from Investors Group Field in Winnipeg. The opening game of the 2016 Football Canada Cup, which has Alberta up 32-6. And that is Adam Bennett, the ball carrier. Runs into a pile at about the 15. So we'll get a gain of 2 on the run. It will be 2nd and 8 for Nova Scotia from their 15. Morgan in shotgun. Give to Bennett up the gut. He'll get to the 20, about maybe to the 21. But he'll be well short of the first down by about 3.
Alberta just keeping to the 4-man rush.
'65 Brennan Aid with the tackle. Looks like we have a timeout.
There was Nova Scotia calling their second timeout. I found it odd on the punt play previous to this. these teams now are always trying to control one side of the field where they'll punt straight down a sideline. Nova Scotia only had a returner on the one side of the field. He was between the hash and the sideline, and Alberta obliged them and punted the ball straight to him.
That's the way special teams units set up these days on punts.
Yeah.
As opposed to booming, yeah, as you pointed out, as opposed to booming it downfield, straight downfield, they aim for the sideline in order for the tacklers to come down and try to halt the big return, as we saw with the field goal return the other night with the Bombers in Hamilton and Mr. Banks. Third down, Nova Scotia. That's Bennett with the ball. Or check that. Nope. Pass complete to number 30, Matthew Skinner. And they'll get the first down for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, 1st and 10 from their 28. If we don't have the 3-minute whistle yet, I don't think we've heard the 3-minute whistle, but there is 2:50 to go. Loops it up wide open. That is number 30, Matthew Skinner, all by his lonesome. He'll get down to about the Alberta 23.
Maxwell Uko showing some amazing speed, catching him from behind, but
yeah, it looked like he was gone. It looked like Skinner would go all the way. That is a 55-yard catch for Skinner. As we have an injured Alberta player on the play, that's Edward Kim, one of the linebackers for Alberta. And he's getting a nice hand as he's leaving the field. Let's take a moment to thank some of our sponsors: Entropy.com, custom clothing; Intercontinental Hotels Group; Jostens; Power Run Energy; back to play. The ball is at the 24. Morgan in shotgun gives to Bennett. Bennett up the middle. He'll get to the 20. But a penalty flag hits the turf at about the 32. And if the flag is in the backfield, you know full well what that's for. Ever since the dawn of time, since the dawn of football.
completely unjustified, I'm sure. Offensive lineman being persecuted for holding.
Of course, of course. It'll be first down and 15 for Nova Scotia. The ball's at the Alberta 34. Morgan in the gun. Fires right. But he completes it to number 80, Ben Gallant. He'll get to the 20. So he'll get 12 of that back. Jacob Biggs with the tackle.
An excellent protection being offered by Nova Scotia's front five.
Second down, Nova Scotia from the 23. Passes bobble, just about intercepted. as we had a schwack of Alberta defenders around the receiver, number 30, Matthew Skinner.
It's 5 sets of hands on a very small piece of real estate. It's amazing that ball was able to hit the turf.
I agree. So it will be 3rd and 8 for Nova Scotia, under 2 minutes to go now. Morgan fires right, just about intercepted. That was Braden Laurie, just about coming up with the pick. So it'll be a turnover on downs.
I think that's the one situation where they don't want their name read out on the air.
Because that could be a situation for the coaches to tell the DB, drop and give me 20. 1:53 to go, 1st and 10 Alberta. Yanchak in the gun. Alex Gale, the ball carrier. Yanchak in the quarterback, excuse me, I think I said Yanchak. My apologies.
I think it was Anderson Recker on the D line coming out of a 2-point stance, getting very quick penetration into the backfield to stop up that play.
Anderson Recker's had himself a pretty good game on defense for Nova Scotia. Gain of about 1, 2nd and 9, 90 seconds to go. Yanchuk gives to Gale. Gale will get to the 30. Maybe to 31. And there's that man again, Anderson Recker.
Number 95 for Nova Scotia, Charlie Lake, the nose tackle or defensive tackle, showing some excellent form, getting separation as man, and then leaving him just at the right time to get a hand on that ball carrier.
So it is Alberta 3rd down and about 3 at their 30. Yanchuk tries the screen, and guess what? That's going no place. Mueller with the catch.
And that was 3rd down, so.
That's a turnover on down, so with 1 minute to go, a little bit of time for Nova Scotia to put a few more points on the board.
I think I saw Nova Scotia, in the pregame warm-ups, hitting a ball, for field goals from the 30 fairly easily.
So one last series for Nova Scotia. So they'll start from the Alberta 30. Looking for Gabriel. Pass is knocked down at the 5-yard line. Braden Laurie with the knockdown.
Now he wants his number read up. And looks like he'll be getting some attention from the training staff right now.
Braden Laurie is the injured Alberta player.
Second half has flown by. Under a minute right now.
That has been a fairly fast football game.
Our next 2 teams are already out of the huddle, or out of the tunnel, sorry, and spectating a bit on this contest.
Braden Laurie leaves the field. It will be Ontario against New Brunswick at 2 o'clock Central Time here at Investors Group Field.
Ontario is in the bright red uniforms.
Yes, indeed. Second and 10, Nova Scotia from the Alberta 30. Morgan with the completion to Cameron Pender. Or take that, 80 Ben Gallant. He'll get a gain of about 3. 45 seconds and counting according to the stadium clock. Third down, Nova Scotia. Morgan fires left. Pass almost picked off. Defender gets a hand on it in the end zone. Peyton LaGrange will get credit for a knockdown. So that's a turnover on downs. It'll be first down Alberta from the 30. Or check that, they'll mark it at the 28.
And that's one of those third down situations where we coach our players to intentionally drop or knock down the ball, but it's hard to do that for a young man when he's being watched by his parents, by a number of college scouts, so everyone wants that interception.
And it'll be Tommy Yanchuk to take a knee. Yanchuk in victory formation here. Yanchuk takes a knee. Kind of hard to tell with all the humanity around him. There we go. And Yanchuk will take the knee, and that will do it. Alberta will move on to the semifinals here at the Football Canada Cup with a very convincing 32-6 win over Nova Scotia. Now we'll look at the fourth quarter highlights. And the teams shake hands here at Investors Group Field. Once again, the final score in our opening game here at the 2016 Football Canada Cup. It was Alberta 32, Nova Scotia 6.
I think it'll be interesting to see Tuesday whoever Nova Scotia is matched up against, sort of on that B side. I think they'll be in for a bit of a surprise. Nova Scotia played, I think, well beyond what the score actually shows. They made a number of defensive stands, stopping, Alberta to 2 and outs. And really, again, their play does not really reflect what the final score was.
And it looks like we will have player of the game presentations in just a moment. And in a moment, we'll go to Francois, our public address announcer, for the selection of the players of the game.
And now for the players of the game for Team Alberta, presented by Brian Doby, the head coach of the University of Manitoba. On offense, number 17, Tay Gordon.
Tay Gordon. The offensive player of the game for Alberta. Brian Doby, the head coach of the Manitoba Bisons, making the presentation.
And on defense, number 44, Devin DeRouen.
Number 44, Devin DeRouen, picks up defensive player of the game, well deserved. Quick word of quick word of recruitment, no doubt.
Now for Team Nova Scotia.
Well, you got to understand Brian Dobie's in his biggest
Coach
recruiting
Gary Waterman from St. FX.
tool right now, which is IGF
Offense,
Field.
number 28, Adam Bennett.
And Adam Bennett is the offensive player of the game for Nova Scotia. Unfortunately, we don't have final numbers at the ready. I'd say about, my guess, he probably went for 75 yards today.
Number 24, Jonathan Kierstad.
Jonathan Kierstad is the defensive player of the game for Nova Scotia. Fairly easy choice on that end.
If Brian Dobie's on his game this week, I'm sure he'll be running tours
Thank you
for
very
all
much,
these players of the Bison locker room.
Yes.
Bison's locker room being, without a doubt, the finest, university locker room in the country.
Yep.
I think that will make a number of the visiting scouts jealous.
Yes. And that will do it for our opening game here at the 2016 Football Canada Cup. The final score, Alberta 32, Nova Scotia 6. We will return at 1:55 for our next contest. It'll be Ontario versus New Brunswick. On behalf of Derek Plass, I'm Tom Halleck. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you at 1:55 for more Football Canada Cup action.